morning, everyone, and welcome to day 4 of the Readathon. That is so crazy to me because that means that we are already over halfway through. And yeah, I feel like this week is just flying by. So this morning I actually ended up sleeping in a little bit because your girl is tired from trying to stay up to edit so that I can get these up in a timely manner in the morning. I stayed up way past my bedtime last night trying to get as much editing done as I could, and I had already stayed up later than my bedtime reading, so it was just a double whammy. So this morning my alarm clock went off and I was like, an extra 30 minutes isn't gonna kill me today. So I slept an extra 30 minutes. I'm feeling super refreshed. Today is actually me and my husband's 5th anniversary, and excuse me while I gush, but he is my best friend in the entire world and honestly just the best human that I've ever met, and I love him so much. So today is a really exciting day to get to celebrate with him. And of course, we're going to be working because, adults don't get their birthdays and their anniversaries off. But we're going to work. And then this evening, I think he's going to leave work earlier than he normally does. And I think we might go out to the golf course and play a little bit of golf and get some dinner together. But whatever we do, I'll take you along with me. And I'm just so excited to spend some sweet time with him celebrating. But for right now, I am at the local coffee shop. I'm going to go in and get liquid fuel for me and for my husband and for the girls in the office. And while they're making the drinks, I think I'm going to just relax a little bit, do a little bit of editing. I'm going to try to get the last bit of editing done and see if I can't get yesterday's video completed and uploaded around 10ish, hopefully, is what I've been aiming for, but might be a little bit later today. We shall see. So yeah, that's today's happenings. That's today's what's up. And I hope you guys have the best day. To get a little bit of vitamin D before I go back to work, but I wanted to give you guys a reading update. So I read 2 chapters of Lease on Love. I am on page 29 and it's really cute so far. So we have been introduced to Sadie, who is our main character, and she is fixing to go into a business meeting where she is fully convinced that she's about to get promoted. And she's worked for this company in finance for 6 years, and she's worked really hard, overtime, gone way above and beyond her duties, and she is fully convinced that that promotion is hers. But when she gets into the business meeting, the boss ends up telling her that she is not getting the promotion, but rather she gets the awesome duty of training the guy who is getting that position. And the guy who gets that position is none other than his future son-in-law, who just graduated from college and has never been inside the building of the company, let alone does he have any experience in the field. She's obviously really upset about that, and she ends up kind of having an outburst, and using some really bad language at her boss, and she kind of tells him exactly what she thinks about that situation. And one thing about that she actually specifically references after she has her outburst that I can definitely relate to as somebody who works in the business world. She specifically mentions that over the last 6 years, she's done an incredible job of keeping all of her emotions under wraps, because it only takes one angry moment to be labeled as emotional. And I definitely have had that exact thought. And it's definitely true. I don't really know why women in particular get that label so much more easily than men do in an office, but I just thought that was interesting, and I liked that was included because girl, same. But she ends up having this outburst, and the boss ends up firing her for being disrespectful, which, I mean, she was for sure. Like, she deserved a disciplinary action, but she ends up getting fired, and we find out that she isn't really sure that she can afford her current apartment anymore because she got that apartment thinking that she would be getting a promotion soon. She ends up reaching out to her friends and telling them, like, hey, we need to go for drinks. I don't have good news. And so they end up meeting for drinks, and she has one too many, and she gets on what she thinks is a dating app, but it's actually a app to find a suitable roommate. And she makes a date, and that is where I left off. So that's where we're at. I'm really enjoying it. I like the writing so far, and Sadie and her friends, they seem like a really fun bunch. So I'll give you guys another update as I read more of this, but for right now, I am headed back to the office. I am home from work for the day, and it was kind of a day. You know, just one of those days where there were some issues that had to be resolved. They did come to resolution before I left the office, so that's really nice, but I am really, really excited to go out to a nice dinner with Jeff tonight. Looking forward to that. Also, I don't even know why I try, because she pretty much is the show at this point. Can you say hi? Your ear is messed up. Auburn. Anyways, we are gonna go to a good dinner tonight because I think we decided against the golf course. It's really, really hot this evening, and we just didn't really feel like getting all sweaty and gross for just an hour and a half-ish of golf time. So we will try again some other time because we both do really, really enjoy being out on the course. But so tonight we're just gonna go and we're gonna go get some dinner, maybe have a drink to celebrate, and so that'll be really, really nice. I've mentioned before on my channel that I am a huge music lover. So first of all, if you want to leave below some of the favorite songs that you've been jamming out to lately, I would absolutely love that. And second, if you are a millennial and you were like me and a huge fan of Ali and AJ, do not sleep on their new music. It is so good, particularly their last album, like their most recent album, and it's called like A Touch of the Beat Gets You Up on Your Feet, Gets You Out and Into the Sun. Yes, like that is the title of the album. But you should look it up. It's so good. So don't sleep on their new music. If you were a fan of them then, you should definitely give them a listen now. And then I also wanted to tell you guys about another song that I have been playing on repeat. I am absolutely obsessed with it, and I think everybody should go listen to it. But it is called Settling by the band Ripe, like R-I-P-E. It has majorly good vibes. It's been on repeat in my car for the last week, so had to tell you guys about that. But yes, so those are 2 music updates that I think you should go and listen to as soon as you're done with this vlog and report back to me. Let me know what you think about any or all of it, and be sure to let me know down below what you're listening to right now, because like I said, I'm forever researching and trying to find good new music, and we love all genres. And yeah, I think that that's it for now. I will check in soon.
summer rain on the window.
Okay, here we are again. Good evening and welcome back to your bedtime update. Guys, we are done with day 4. There's only 3 days left. Is that right? Oh my gosh, there's only 3 days left. That is what the math would suggest, Kaitlin. This evening was so lovely. Jeff and I, as you saw, we went to good old Outback, and while that is not the fanciest of dinners, it was pretty stinking good. And we love Outback, so it was perfect for us. And we got to talk about, the last 5 years, where we want to be in 5 years, and it was just so good. It was good for my heart. So thankful for that celebration. But before we head off to bed, I read 50 more pages in Lease on Love. I'm officially on page 73 and I'm enjoying it. Nothing like super crazy is happening so far, but after making this date while she had one too many drinks, she ends up meeting Jack Thomas, and she, again, fully under the impression that it is a date. She is very confused when he sits down at the coffee shop with a folder and starts asking her interview-esque questions. And so she eventually is just like, okay, this is a little bit too weird for me. Like, is this a date or an interview? And he's like, this is not a date. It is kind of an interview. So Jack is kind of a nerd, and he's a little bit socially awkward, and he is a gamer, right? So he wears these glasses that she keeps commenting on, and he has black curly hair, and he wears Super Mario Bros. And Star Trek t-shirts, which I'm all about it. I love a good nerdy man. And so I'm enjoying him so far. He's really endearing, I feel like, because he is socially awkward and he is going through kind of a hard time because he recently lost his parent, and he is looking just for some company. So he goes onto this roommates app and he finds Sadie, and he thinks that she looks like she is fun and friendly, and he thinks she could be a really good addition to my life, to my friend circle. And so that's why he reached out on the roommates app. But she ends up saying, you know what? I actually am looking for a roommate because I don't know if I can afford my apartment anyways. And so she ends up going back to his apartment to look at it because he's renting it super cheap. And it is a brownstone in Brooklyn. And the price that he's asking for it is unheard of. So she says, this is too good to be true. I need to go check it out for myself. They go to the brownstone, and it's everything she could ever want. And he is essentially renting it for next to nothing because he just needs help getting out of this funk. He needs a roommate who is going to bring some joy and laughter into his life, and he thinks Sadie is the one to do it. That's where we are at this point. So, couple of observations. One, Sadie, I think, is a very selfish character, which I normally would be kind of annoyed by, but I'm holding off on that judgment because she herself has acknowledged that she is selfish. So that leads me to believe we are setting things up for a really nice, satisfying, chef's kiss character growth. So we will see. Not 100% sure on that, but because she herself recognizes it and outwardly acknowledged it to Jack, makes me think that we're gonna have some major character arc moments from her in the future of this book. Second observation, I don't know what it is with me and books this week that have the language. Like, Sadie's mouth is not clean. Language does not necessarily bother me, but it is a little bit jarring. I think our author is using the language as a way to get the point across to the reader that Sadie is a little bit rough around the edges, a little bit in your face. So I'm willing to, like, give it a pass, see it for what it is. Whereas in Reckless Girls, I just felt like it was unnecessary. It wasn't adding anything to the story. Those are just a couple of observations so far. It's cute so far, enjoying it, and nothing more to say about this for now. It is 10:30, and I am gonna go ahead and call it a night. That makes day 4 a wrap. And again, so grateful for you guys, so grateful for this readathon and all the joy that it's bringing me, and hopefully all of you. So until the sunrise tomorrow, I hope you guys sleep well, my loves, and we will talk tomorrow. Good night.